Hi guys! My dad and I are going to Whole Foods right now and we're going to do some shopping. I was planning on making some sort of a grocery haul, like what I buy as a vegan. I also want to go to an actual grocery store, like a farmer's market, that I want to get actual fruits and vegetables from. But right now I have a few things on my list that I want to get from Whole Foods, and I'll just show you guys what I usually buy and how I incorporate them into various different recipes. And I think that might be helpful for anyone who just wants to add some vegan meals into their daily life or anything like that. So on to Whole Foods we go. I bought this cold-pressed watermelon juice that I actually saw another YouTuber buy and rave about, so I bought some. It's just fresh pressed, and it's really good. It's very basic, and I feel guilty that we could just make it at home. Anyway, and then I got this, which I found out is vegan. It's the white cheddar flavor of Skinny Pop. All of this is from Whole Foods, and it looks like a lot, and it was a lot. Keep in mind that this is not fruits and vegetables. I do not buy my fruits and vegetables from Whole Foods because I don't have the money for that. I go to my local farmer's market for fruits and vegetables. Hopefully this can help you guys if you want to buy more vegan products or aren't sure how to incorporate more of a vegan lifestyle into your daily life. But yeah, let's get right into it. Some whole wheat tortillas. These were a little bit less filled with sugar. I got rye bread, which is their freshly baked section, and I got whole wheat thin and crispy pizza crust. So when it comes to wraps and bread, people think that it's not filling, but having a sandwich filled to the brim with vegetables is actually really filling and is delicious. So for the most part, when I'm making a wrap or a sandwich, it's going to be filled with hummus, spinach, cucumber, sprouts, tomatoes, onions. If I really want more of like a textury protein something, I would add like a slab of tofu or something, avocado, and then I will either put some vegan mayo or sriracha, something like that. But usually my wraps end up being pretty big and my sandwiches end up being pretty big also. I got 2 bags of riced cauliflower. This is of course in lieu of rice. It's very simple to throw this in a pan with some like olive oil, salt, pepper, and it's a perfectly good base for vegetable stir fries or just, I don't know, pre-baked tofu with a side of vegetables. I also have some yellow corn. This is just frozen corn. I use it for like burrito bowls, salads. I think that's pretty much it. I got 3 things of tofu. I have really gotten into liking baked tofu, so I basically cut my tofu into either cubes or like slices, and I marinate it in a variety of different things. So usually it's like garlic, ginger, chili flakes, salt, pepper, soy sauce, or vinegar. I let it marinate and I just throw it in like the oven or a toaster oven for like 20-30 minutes. The more time that it's in the oven baking, the kind of firmer and chewier it's gonna get, and I kind of like that texture better. It's more similar to a meat source, I guess, rather than like tofu's natural, soft, kind of falls apart texture. So I use my tofu a lot. I add tofu to sandwiches. I have tofu just as like on a plate as my protein source, and then just like vegetables with rice or something. I add tofu to noodles, I add tofu to pasta, especially when it's like this. I've also started breading tofu and baking it, and that's kind of been my go-to when I'm making like pastas with tomato sauce. Speaking of pasta, I got 2 types of pasta. One is just a very generic rigatoni, and then I got the banza, whatever you say, chickpea pasta. And chickpea pasta is basically just literally pasta made from chickpeas. They have various different types of lentil pastas. The only thing I would say about this is be careful how you cook it. It takes less time than regular pasta, and if you overcook it, it gets very mushy, and it's like having beans stuck in your pan. So just keep an eye on this when you're cooking it. Okay. So as far as pasta sauce goes, and this is for both making pasta and also as my pizza base, I got 1 jar, but this is like my emergency jar of pasta sauce. So if I really need to throw something together last minute, that's probably when I would open this and use this. What I've been doing recently is instead making my own sauce, which has made a tremendous difference both in flavor and just how you feel after eating. So for that, my 2 main ingredients that you'll ever need to make your pasta sauce or tomato sauce in general is tomato sauce, canned, and tomato paste. So for my tomato paste, I got the no salt added version, and then for the tomato sauce, I got like the sugar-free one, or the 0 added sugar one. For a basic tomato sauce, I usually just saute onions, garlic, and some olive oil, and when that's kind of browned up, I add the tomato sauce, tomato paste a little bit, and actual fresh diced tomatoes. Add all spices that you want to add. I usually add oregano. I add chili flakes to literally everything. I add cumin, because cumin gives like a flavor that I like, onion powder, garlic powder, all that good stuff. Let it simmer for 30-40 minutes, and you have your own fresh tomato sauce. I got some Deya mozzarella shreds. This is fake/alternative cheese. This is plant-based. I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about Deya. I like their mozzarella shreds. I kind of like their cheddar shreds. I do not like their sliced cheeses, and I have other cheese options if you are looking for sliced cheese. But as far as their mozzarella shreds go, I like them. I think they taste great, they melt great, and I use them basically for my pizza and sometimes for things like quesadillas if I'm making them, if I'm melting cheese on nachos, or if I'm just throwing it on top of like a burrito bowl. Just like regular cheese, this is not very healthy, so I don't overdo it with this. Okay, they had a sale on kombucha, so I got the Kavita brand. I got some shelf storing soy milk. So this is the one that doesn't go in the fridge. This I usually just keep in my pantry. It's usually just opened when there's an emergency and I ran out of soy milk or something. I got cacao nibs as well as chia and flax ground blend. These 2 are definitely on the more expensive side, but this isn't something that you just like pour a whole cup of. It's maybe like 2 tablespoons max each time you use it. And I use these basically for my smoothies, or if I'm making like overnight oats or adding to yogurt or something like that. Similarly, I also got some Goji Berries. I literally got 0.05 pounds, so that came up to $1. More random items, I got 2 Luna bars. This is just because throw them in your handbag. They're good little meal replacer type of bars. I got some salsa. This is mainly for my burrito bowls, not really to eat with chips, but usually my burrito bowls I'll have a base of rice, lettuce, black beans that I'll cook with green peppers, onions, and like cumin, salt, pepper, avocado, and I'll throw salsa on top, maybe some tofu. Literally replicating a Chipotle burrito bowl. I got tahini, which is like the most amazing thing in the world. So you can use like a few tablespoons of this, mix it with oil, vinegar, seasoning, and use it as a good salad dressing. You can mix it in when you're blending, mashing, whatever, chickpeas, make your own hummus. You could just use a little bit of it and dilute it and like drizzle it over falafel, quinoa salads, things like that. So this is another one of those things where it's like $6, but it lasts a really long time. Okay, from their fresh bar section, I got vegan kimchi. It is very much an acquired taste. My mom hates it. I love it, but essentially kimchi is fermented cabbage. It's very vinegary and salty, and I eat it essentially with everything. This is the Light Life original crumbles. This is the most amazing thing I have ever tried. They're pretty not unhealthy. I don't want to say they're healthy because they are like a processed alternative to meat. Let's see, 70 calories, 0 grams of fat, there's no sugars, it's 11 grams of protein per serving, which is pretty decent. But yeah, these beef crumbles are amazing. So I add these to my tomato sauce. I add these on top of pizza, to salads, just on top as a crumble. These come in handy a lot. Okay, liquid smoke, this is my first time buying it, so I will let you guys know how it goes. But I recently have been trying a lot of different, I guess they're supposed to be smoky-esque recipes. So for example, one of them is the tomato version of sushi where you boil the tomato and then use the flesh part, marinate that, for like a few hours in like soy sauce, sesame oil, garlic, ginger, like that kind of blend, and then use that the way you would use like salmon or smoked salmon, and it actually came out really, really, really well. I am totally fine with eating like cucumber, avocado, like those kind of sushi rolls, because I feel like the best part of sushi for me is the rice, the seaweed, and like the combination with soy sauce and wasabi. But having eaten this veganized version of salmon, I realized how much I missed that, and it was actually really delicious. The only thing that I didn't do in the recipe, because I didn't have it, was add liquid smoke, which actually gives it that smoky flavor. So definitely gonna try this next time. Hash browns are another staple for me. I throw these in the oven, let them cook for like 10 minutes on their own, and then add things like Brussels sprouts, green beans, tofu, mushrooms, green peppers, onions, and I just make a really delicious breakfast hash, and it's always good. It's really healthy. The hash browns I got are the no salt added, so I just season it on my own. For sliced cheese, I have two brands that I'm absolutely in love with, and one is the Chow. The flavor I got is tomato cayenne. I know other flavors are good. I'm just obsessed with this, so I never buy anything else. And then the Follow Your Heart American style cheese. These two I know are really good, and everyone raves about these. Whatever you need cheese for, these are really good. They melt great, they taste great. They're good vegan cheeses. Downside, they are pretty damn expensive. Another meat substitute that I have is the Beyond Meat grilled chicken strips. I'm pretty sure these are like what most restaurants use. These are very similar to the Gardein chicken strips, but I think that the texture of these are just a little bit nicer, a little bit more realistic. If I haven't said it before, I ate meat all my life, and I'm definitely not opposed to meat as far as taste and texture goes. It doesn't throw me off, it doesn't disgust me. I'm just against the effects that it has, not just on animal welfare, but also human health, the environment, all that good stuff. Vegan ice cream. So I got two flavors of Halo Top. If you guys don't know, Halo Top released new vegan flavors. I have tried this one already. It's cinnamon roll, and it is bomb. And then this one I got new is peanut butter cup. I'm really excited for these two. Other vegan options for ice cream are your So brand, like S-O. They have good coconut milk, cashew milk, various different types of ice creams, but those are so high in sugar. Ben & Jerry's has, I think, 5 vegan flavors, and they are delicious, but again, so high in sugar. So this is definitely a great alternative. Then I got some vegan yogurt. So my favorite brand is Kite Hill. I also like Silk yogurt. And then I also got unsweetened coconut milk yogurt. For anyone who's Indian and watching, I miss things like raita or just anything that like you would add yogurt to. So South Indians, we actually just eat yogurt with rice, like thai sadam. And I definitely miss that, or I just miss having like thai on the side. So this is a really great option as far as a yogurt substitute, especially for Indian foods. Vegan Caesar dressing, it's just by Whole Foods themselves, and it's no oil and low sodium. I got jalapeno hummus because everybody loves hummus. So I got 2 types of vegan muffins. One is devil's food, and the other one is coconut and carrot cake. Another cheat meal, I got 2 Deya pizzas. One is supreme, and then one is roasted garlic and mushroom. They are so unhealthy, but they are very, very yummy, and if you're having a pizza craving, like they definitely satisfy it. Next, I just got some random Seaweed Snacks. Like I said before, I kind of just crush these up and use them in sushi-inspired food recipes, whatever. I was thinking about whether I wanted to add my farmer's market haul into this, but I think that might be too much. So what I'm gonna do instead is just quickly either throw a list up on the screen right now or in the description box, but basically my staples for fruits and vegetables are anything that I would throw in a smoothie, anything that I can either stir fry, add into pasta, add into salad, but I pretty much eat a lot of greens on a daily basis, and I add vegetables to everything I'm making. I hope that this was somewhat interesting. I hope that it was helpful. I tried to kind of involve how I would eat most of the items that I bought, and a lot of this will last me for at least a few weeks. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below if you want to see more of my videos, and I will see you guys in my next one.